Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. Excitement spreads across the world as news of CJI2 spreads. We have some information about Team Australia. Joey and I get into a discussion about what Team Australia for CJI2 looks like and the exciting opportunities and matchups it presents. We unpack the contenders at heavyweight and super heavyweight. We also get into existing champions who will make a reappearance at CJI2. And then last but not least, we get into the 66 kilo wildcard ticket. Who will it be? 5 huge wildcards. You're about to find out. Let's get in the episode now. Also, while we're on that ticket of excitement, I want you to get excited. Get that finger and click the subscribe and like button. It does a lot to help us and we appreciate it. Shoo. I'm so hyped. CJI2, Team Australia, Lachlan Giles is the nominated coach. And who is going to be on that team? I was losing sleep over this, Joe. I was like turning in like sweats about how excited I was to see, because there's a mystery person coming into Team Australia and we got to talk about it.
Yeah, so that we know who 2 of the competitors are?
We do. So at 77 or 76, we've got Levi Jones-Leary, of course, the almost $1 million man, who are definitely coming in, and then Lucas Kennard at 88.
Very nice.
But we're not going to go to the final draw card, which is the mystery 66. We're going to get to that at the end. We're going to talk under 99, over 99.
Before we go deep on this team, can we just give an overview of what's going on with CJI2? Because I'm guessing some of the listeners aren't up on it.
Well, it's teams in a quintet style event. New Wave is in, B Team, 10th Planet. There is some...
team Atos has a team.
Atos will have a team for sure. Yep. Obviously, Rotolo's in there, plus Big Kainan Duarte. Mm-hmm. But then, Europe is posting it like he's putting together teams where potentially one gym might not be strong enough, but you take some all-stars from that area and you put together a team. It's crazy. And what's interesting to me is who will claim who. Like, for example...
there's a lot of cross-training these days.
Yeah, you talk about a guy like Owen Jones. He's training at Los Banditos, but he's always training at B Team.
Yeah.
Does B Team want him for 66? Or the Los Banditos or the European, collective get him?
Yeah.
And so it is interesting. It's one of those things that having a teams event, I think, brings more people, because you might only follow one jiu-jitsu person that you love. And if they're not in the tournament, you're like, I don't care. But the teams event means, oh shit, they're in it, and they're in it. I kind of like them. Yeah. And so you can be more bought in.
Yeah.
And it creates these style matchups, which I think is very exciting, and the format's very exciting.
Yeah. So I've said it before, quintet is my favorite jiu-jitsu competition to watch.
Yeah.
Favorite grappling comp, rather. The fact that they're copying the format for this next CJI is going to be sick.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. And I mean, when it comes to the Australian lineup, I think when you're looking at 99, I actually spoke with Kaya Rudolph the other day. Kaya's our boy. I believe Kaya has the greatest chance under 99, but there's some tough humans in there. So also the claiming of people, Declan Moody, even though he's Australian, I think, he qualified for ADCC over in the UK.
Yeah.
So
he's got a UK passport too, doesn't he?
He does. He's got that double passport daddy.
But he's B Team.
He is B Team, and I'm not sure who they post at 99, because I think Haisam, it was an idea of like Haisam versus Declan for 99, but it seems like Haisam might not be training at B Team as much now.
Right.
I think he's over in the UAE somewhere potentially, okay. And so. Yeah, it's interesting because there's a bunch of Aussies who train at the B Team, and it's like who ends up getting selected. And
it's almost like the Whistler of Texas. All the Aussies do a season there.
They're all Australian.
Mate, you haven't been traveling if you haven't done a season at B Team.
I think it's just one of those things that people. It's a good vibe, so people like to visit.
Fun.
Good times.
Yeah. Wish that shit was around when I was in my 20s.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just when you were doing more travel for jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
just would have been sick. Like,
Yeah, when you look at like what, like say Bobby Sandu will go and that outside of like the comedy and the barbecues, fireworks, just having a good time in Texas, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But I think that Ben Hodgkinson is going to make a reappearance for under 99.
right?
And I think that guy is a real threat. People haven't seen him because he's been in Mexico and recently spied in some kind of highlight footage of in the background at B Team.
Oh, really?
I think Hodge is keeping himself in shape.
Yeah.
I think he's a real contender. And then, I mean, there's so many people who could
Seb
pop out.
Seb Attard would be
Eb
strong
says,
contender.
man, he's a wild card. I
Yep.
think his recent match against
And Isaac Michelle.
on
the weekend, huh?
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looks threatening. And he's a wild man.
Yeah.
I think the unpredictable nature of Seb means he's a chance, for sure. And then, I mean, I think that there is many great Aussies who don't always show up who could pop out, on the day.
What's Lockie's other guys at... sorry, I got a sore neck. If you
Dan.
see me tweak a little bit on this episode, it's because I got a jacked up neck. Is it Dan Manchild?
Dan Manchild, I believe, would be over 99.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So you could see a really good match between him and Josh Saunders, which I believe has happened before. And I think, obviously Josh got the better of that, but Dan has been doing a lot of training and been doing really well. And he recently won a comp against a very tough unit from Europe, who's been cleaning up the no-gi scene over there. I've forgotten his name, but he was able to beat him
Oh, wow.
quite convincingly, which is awesome. He got the tap.
You would imagine Harry Kimura
I think Harry
might
would
have
pop out for
started
sure.
warming up Kimura a little bit, seeing the comp coming up.
I think so, but you know who else is just like honestly the biggest sleeper agent in the super heavyweight category?
Who?
Tito Jean-Carl. Tito, baby, the milkman. Baby, I think you can see Tito pop out if he's had some good training.
Fuck, I would love to see him get the
Bro,
spot.
he's like one of the only people who I've seen throw Josh Saunders
Yeah.
convincingly.
Yeah.
And
Tossed him once, and then Josh kind of beat him up, didn't he?
well, the thing was that he landed in that like scarf hold kind of Kesugatami, and then the ref reset them standing. You're like, bro, it's the ADCC. Like, let him go to work. Let
Yeah.
the man cook. And people don't talk about that enough. Like, he had Josh in a bad spot.
Yeah, right.
And it just got, and he just gives no fucks. I think this is like one of the X factors about a guy like Tito, also like Seb. They train at Grappling Education.
Yeah.
They just have that devil may care.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. They're
Yeah.
just like, fuck this, fuck you, let's bang. And they're having a good time while they're doing it, which I think is a very enjoyable thing to watch. So I don't know how Lockie's going to handle the live stream on the kind of trials for it, but it's going to be mad.
It's out at absolute, isn't it?
Yes.
He's doing it. I remember seeing Tito compete at, I think, purple belt in one of the first subversions.
Yeah.
And he was going against he might have even been a blue belt, and he was competing against the brown belt, I think. And I didn't know anything about him, but you only had to watch him for a couple of minutes, and you're like, man, this guy loves a scrap.
Oh.
Like, he looks like the kind of guy, and I don't know if he's into this, but he looks like he's the kind of dude that just loves having a street fight.
Oh, yeah.
He just had a smile on his face the whole time, and he was able to make the match. He was able to pull it out of like a real technical exchange and just make it kind of nasty and sinister. And I thought, like, as a spectator, I'm all for that shit.
And look, I forgot to mention at 99, even though I think this guy, he's a natural 77, but he does so well at the heavier weight categories. Bob Frias from One Purpose BJJ.
Yeah.
That is another guy who loves to scrap.
He represented at ADCC.
Yeah.
2 ago.
Bro, and
He's always there in like top 3.
and in the gi does so well. I think he won the he might have, I don't know if it was Masters 1, forgive me Bob, I've forgotten, but he beat some high level Hanato Cardoza. He beat another top level like ex-Atos guy at the Abu Dhabi Pro. Now obviously that's gi, but he throws down no gi as well.
Yeah.
And he's just incredibly hard to beat as a as a competitor. But I think we're leaving someone out here. We're talking about Big Dangerous, who trains at Atos, mainly known for his gi accolades. He escapes me. He had a fucking amazing match against Josh Saunders, which I believe...
Aussie guy.
Yeah. I believe
Atos
he
here in
won.
Australia.
No. He trains at Atos. He's,
Nico Majilic.
Majilic. The Magic Man.
Yeah,
I think
you know
that
I don't know Nico, but my impression of him is that he just like lays around on the couch and shit, and then he gets the call up. It's like, yeah, we got this comp, and he's like, I'll do it, and then just comes and wins.
No, he's poor.
I know he works super hard.
He's poor.
But you know he has like a nonchalantness to his approach.
He does. But
and who did he beat? Did he beat Josh Saunders?
Yeah, he's beat. I think
in a no-gi match.
He beat Josh at a Grappling Industries,
which was pretty huge.
And he looked
some time ago.
He
now,
looks
but
very threatening.
Yeah,
like he was pushing the pace from a no-gi guard position.
Yeah,
and looking like threatening. And Josh not looking as effective in the passing. Now, it was a little while ago, right? Like,
yeah.
Obviously,
Everyone's
Josh has gotten better. Nico's gotten a lot better. But like you're like, I think Nico Majilic is the most underrated heavyweight in Australia. Even though obviously brown belt, double world's gold, but he's had injuries, right? So he's had a lot of success, and then at black belt he's had injuries, so we haven't seen him as much, and he's very much been focused in the gi.
Yeah,
but I think he is a huge threat at 120 kilos.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, so he'd be at 120, you'd say?
He'd be like a 110.
But but he's not in the 99.
No, not at all.
Right.
And
that's lucky, because I was thinking about giving the 99 a run.
Yeah,
you know.
Joe, Joe.
I'd fucking
give the young guys a chance.
Yeah, fair.
They've got to have their time.
Yeah,
you can't hold the spotlight forever.
On. I know you want to be fit. I know you want to be stronger. I know you want to feel it on the mats. But when you go to the gym, it's a little bit confusing. You don't know what to do. This is exactly why we built the Bulletproof for BJJ training app. Simple programs designed by JT and myself to help you perform at your best on the mats while only needing to spend 2 days in the gym per week. And the best part is you don't even need to go to a gym. You can do it at home. You can take a 2-week free trial of the app right now. Go to the App Store, download Bulletproof for BJJ, and get started for free. And the best part is if you continue on to the subscription and for whatever reason you don't like it, we offer a 100% money back guarantee. Go to the App Store, get the app, and we'll see you on the inside. I would be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind, like JT should go in the 99. Strong.
Not at all. Not at all. I would definitely, I wouldn't turn down a super fight, against, someone who I didn't, love so much.
Right. You got to, yeah.
It'd have to be the right match. I'm not in it for the money. It's just got to be the right match.
It's got to feel right.
For me to bring the right intensity.
Yep.
No, I think the thing that excites me about jiu-jitsu is I used to be too emotionally bought in as to who wins. Like, I had teammates. I also was like, I could beat that guy. That guy doesn't deserve to win. There's all this ego bullshit you tell yourself in the head. But what's great, I think, is I just love the fact that Australia's going to have a team. But it's not just Australia, it's Asia as well. And this is where we got to talk about, like, Oceania. Like, people can just pop out. Like, there was a...
Because Lockie's team is going to be open to the Oceania region?
It's Oceania and Asia.
Okay.
So who's representing Japan? Like, are we getting some Japanese, like, wrestler MMA nightmare pops out and just goes, I'm 120 kilos. I can bang. You're like, I never thought of this guy.
It's it's funny. You imagine there probably won't be a lot of representation, right, from like Japan. But when I talking about quintet earlier.
Yes.
The quintet events that have been all Japanese teams, you see some unbelievable talent.
Wildness.
Yeah, and you see these people that you've never seen before, right? Because they just compete in Japan.
Yeah.
And, they don't speak English for them, so they're not marketed
to
the West.
On the social media. Yeah.
And the uniqueness of the grappling, it's really something special.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And look, this is where it might be a good segue to talk about the 66 wildcard. So
so what's that? So wildcard means he's just keeping that open for now.
Yeah, he's just going to. He's going to choose somebody.
Right.
Now, obviously, people got to put their names forward. This is all hush hush, but this is what's been keeping me awake at night, Joe.
Oh, wow.
Like I had a fucking fever dream. Like I didn't barely sleep. If I'm looking a bit trash today, folks, it's because I was playing out this scenario in my mind a million different ways. Like old mate, Doctor Strange, million different futures. Who could it be? Let's talk about Asia because I want to talk about Daiki Yondakura. Oh, I'm this up. Yonekura, who is from Team Alione, who has just been shit up and is a no-gi nightmare.
Oh, right on.
Bro, I it's only through kind of paying attention to Team Alione and Kaya and PJ Barch and the guys going on there. And then he's there, kind of as an alternate with Owen Jones. Mm-hmm. His leg lock game's awesome.
Oh, really?
And he's just unapologetically like tough and like scrap and super mean. He's a contender at 66.
Daike.
Yeah, bro.
I've not seen this cat.
Dude, you gotta check him out. Like, yeah, I mean, I feel dumb that I wasn't switched onto him sooner. But yeah, immaculate record, definitely like podium guy.
Speaking of Oregorok, do you think that the one JPS might be willing to put his life on the line and drop 25% of his body mass? Maybe stop eating all the protein for a little while.
Maybe back off on the creatine and the acai.
Get back down.
Because
he did. Was it 66? He did at that first ADC.
And
oh my
he
god,
looked so unwell,
bro. You look at him. He's a unit now,
bro. He's almost heavier than you and I.
Yeah,
walking around
combined.
We could be each of his deltoids. Like, the delts on Jeremy Paul Skinner is ridiculous.
But I'm sure it crossed JPS's mind. It's like, this could be a shot.
Yeah, like does the math.
Yeah,
does the math on
how
what
much
it would
weight
take.
can you lose intermittent fasting?
If I just sat in a wheelchair,
just
atrophied his legs, he'd be fine. I'm actually going to say, well, Ethan Thomas from Sydney West Martial Arts, who got selected, didn't have the performance he necessarily wanted at the ADCC, but Ethan has been, in there a long time, ultra tough MMA fighter as well, amazing wrestler, like national champion wrestler in Australia, and represented Australia before. He's very strong for that weight. I think Ethan, Daike, I'm going to actually say right now something which is going to be a little bit left of center.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how it fits in. It may just be pure fantasy. Alex Volkanovski. Alex Volkanovski at 66 kilos representing Australia.
Holy shit. The Volk.
Because the Volk is his grappling coach is Craig Jones.
Yep.
And if Craig's trying to pull strings to get big names, he is Australian. Now, it's not that Volk is the submission machine, but he's so hard.
Still wear motherfuckers. But actually, I mean, I love this. I love this. But you need finishes, don't you?
Yeah, but
because if you don't finish, you're out.
Yeah, but I still feel that Volk
could be the guy.
Volk at 66 is a nightmare. He's a nightmare. And what kudos and attention does that bring to CJI?
That brings amount of game.
Massive.
Yeah, wow.
Putting it out there, folks. Just think about it
first.
Now, there's two other, in my opinion.
I feel sorry for those who didn't stick around to the end of this episode.
We're getting there because with the crescendo, it's building. The opera, it's building. Because there is absolutely a red hot flamethrower of a contender who no one's thinking about, who is, I believe, eligible. Now, the eligibility could be wrong. I haven't cleared this with Lachlan. I'm going to talk to him about it.
This might be hence the wild card.
The wild card.
Craig's like, we need Volk in there. And Lockie's like, we got to do it by the book, man.
Yeah, and he's like,
no, I need
Craig's
Volk
like, you
in
do
there.
what the fuck I say.
Okay, I'm just going to put wild card. We'll test the heavier guys.
Yeah. So there is someone who lives in Australia who's won more world championships than anyone.
Well, you got another one.
Yeah, I've got 2 to go.
Holy
we're right on the cliff, people.
Okay. Didn't you bring him
I want you to be able
first?
to guess. No. The best is going to be last.
Holy
Here we go, folks.
Why he didn't get
Can
any
you
sleep.
guess it? Won more world champions than anyone else. He lives in Australia. Who is this guy?
More world championships than anyone else.
Taliesin Suarez, motherfucker.
Ah.
Taliesin Suarez.
Taliesin, the academy.
Just signed to one championship for grappling.
Has he?
Yeah. He always cuts to 55. He knows he shaved his head. He needed that weight. He got a big bobblehead. Shout out, respect, Taliesin, I love you. But he does. He's got that Lego man head. He cuts to 55, but really he walks around at 62 or more.
Right.
Taliesin at 66 in the no-gi. I don't believe he has an Australian passport, but for sure he has a PR. Like he lives here, he has a business here. You know, like he could qualify for 66 no-gi for Australia.
He'd be a great
If he
candidate.
didn't get snapped up, if there was a team AOJ, there could be, because also you know what you're going to see? You're going to see Huffer Mendes come out of retirement for AOJ.
Oh, yeah, you reckon?
They got Gutenberg Pereira. He just won the absolute for Pan Ams.
Yeah.
Like they've got a team of killers at AOJ,
Yeah.
and they would love to come in and smash Team Atos. Like that's the
San
rivalry,
Diego
the beef,
grudge match.
California beef.
Yeah.
If
Stay off my
Taliesin
wave, Coog.
doesn't get pulled in, if he doesn't get pulled in,
How interesting. I wasn't even thinking of him because he's traditionally a gi guy.
he's a gi guy, but he's
But
also
he just,
immaculate.
He
He's
just
a
never
no-gi
he
world
just
champion.
wins all the time.
Under 55. He's
wow.
he's the guy. He's the current guy.
Wow.
But I have one more.
Holy shit.
The last.
I don't see how I can
And
get
this
any
is the
better
thing,
from here.
right? Look, I think this is the most unlikely. When I said Volk, you thought I was losing my mind, right? But this is where it gets even more unlikely because of the nature of Lachlan Giles being a coach. He is too objective. He's too partial. He's too nice. He's too good. But could Lachlan Giles make 66 kilos? I say yes, he could.
Could he throw himself in the
Lachlan
ring?
Giles 100% can make 66 kilos. He's the skinniest he's ever been. Like if you look at footage of him, he's looking trimmer.
Yep.
Lockie is typically like a 77, 80 kilo guy, like get lighter for 72. I believe Lachlan Giles could complete Team Australia at 66, and it would be a nightmare for anyone. You see all these people doing this backside 50 K guard. Who built and sold that game? Probably the Meow Brothers. But the one who sold it the best, Lachlan Giles. Yeah, I'm going to talk to him about it. I think he'll be in heavy denial and he probably wouldn't want to put himself forward.
Yeah.
It would seem unfair.
Yep.
But bro,
He'd be a
Lachie
great candidate.
Giles, come on.
I mean, yeah, you tend to think that once he stopped competing, he's like, that's it.
He's done.
Yeah, but I mean, he'd still be great in
Such
there.
a crowd favorite.
Yeah. Wow, how about that?
Team Australia, I think it's one of the more exciting teams because I think no one's counting on Team Australia to come through and destroy.
No, against the mega teams like AOJ, or if they have one, but like
Yeah.
Artas, like B team, these
Planet.
teams that are branded and united that you know, you're like, oh yeah, how's a kind of cobbled together group going to have a chance against them?
But think this, the competition is named after Craig Jones.
You know,
where did he come from?
I mean, that's the other point, that Lockie would have his work cut out for him coaching the team, wouldn't he?
But he wouldn't. Lockie's coaching is like, do the thing. Yeah, good.
No, but that coaching has been done in the months prior,
all
no,
done.
in the
Yeah,
gym.
but he's on the floor. The thing about Lockie, which is awesome as a coach, he's on the floor doing it with you, and then he's
Right.
breaking it down for you. He's creating the problems. He's creating the specific situations. Like that's where Lockie is, I believe, at his strongest is his ability to analyze, break it down, and then translate it into training.
Right.
No, I don't think too many people do that much better than Lachlan Giles. I think Lockie on the corner, in your corner is not great. He's too softly spoken. Yeah, it's good. No, Levi, relax, Levi. No, I think more people at CJI heard me yelling out Levi than anyone heard Lachlan calling out, right?
Yeah.
But I believe that because of Lachlan's, not only his fan appeal, like he's just one of the most beloved coaches ever and competitors of how good a dude he is for real and how humble he is, but also his ability to help great grapplers become greater still. I think Team Australia is a threat. CJI 2, keep your head on a swivel. It's coming.
Big talk. I'm excited.
Shoo! There it is, folks.